What I got here is something that I've been wanting to have for a very long time, but haven't really gotten around to try. It's one of those things that has a very specific use, and I found it very hard to justify actually buying a lens like this in order to be able to produce content. This is a probe lens, but the cool thing with this lens is that it's modular. So this is from a brand that's called Hori, I think that is how you pronounce it. And it comes in two parts. This is like the pipe or the barrel, if you may. You have LEDs here in the front, and then on the other side, you can see that you have the actual lens element, but also a USB-C so that you can connect power to power the lights. And then this part is the actual lens holder where all the aperture and the focus ring and all that good stuff. The way that you piece this lens together is that you take one part and just attach it, and then make sure that you twist it a little bit. And then you turn this ring, tighten that like a screw as hard as you can. And now, that's pretty cool, huh? This lens is actually a 28mm lens, so it's not as wide as the Laowa lens. I think the Laowa is a 24, this 28. However though, this has f13, the other one has f14, but f13 requires a crap load of light. I kind of want to test this lens out in a fun way, and I thought, why not use the desk that I got right here behind me, which is my main desk, and try to see what kind of cool shots that we can get with this lens, just on this table. When it comes to the camera that we're going to use, I think I'm going to use the A7S III because we can go up to ISO 12,800, and then we get this kind of like dual gain ISO. And for those of you that don't know what that means, I don't know either, but it looks better, and it clears out all the grain in the image. We call it noise in the camera world. Grain or noise, it doesn't really matter. It all looks the same. But oh, take a look at this. Oh, okay, move. Tripod, move. I'm gonna use a slider because when you're trying to hand hold this, it's just gonna look weird because the lens is so small, so all the tiny movements that you do is gonna be registered. The slider that I'm using is a Rhino slider together with the focus motor. This is the Arc 2 head, and I love this slider. I've been using it now for the last, I think it's like 2.5 years, and it has been great. I can highly recommend this. I'm gonna drop a link down below if you're interested. Don't really have that much space behind me here, so we're gonna try to figure out a way to place this kind of in the center or somewhere similar. How about this, huh? Is it good? I think so. As you can see right now, the lens is pointing a little bit too high. So I want to make sure that we lower the tripod so the lens kind of is close to the table. Oh, that's pretty good. There we go. What we gotta do now is to kind of like design a set, because if I were to just take the probe lens and shoot the subject without anything around it, it would kind of look boring. All right, that looked pretty sick too. But I think we can make it look even cooler if we put a bunch of products like around the actual camera. Let's give it a try. We can use this lens. It looks pretty cool. So we can maybe have it like somewhat here, so that lies a little bit in the foreground, and then that passes that. It's gonna look cool, I think. Maybe the Mavic 3. Let's have a look and see how it looks. Yeah, I think like maybe we could have it like this. I usually just let it roll so that we can try to see what looks cool. See if we can go beneath something here. Maybe one of the props. Okay, let's see how this looks. I think we can make it look even cooler if we have something that goes through. Maybe a DJI Avata. That would be cool. I'm not entirely sure if we're gonna have this tabletop as is. Maybe we're gonna use my cutting mat to give it a little bit of more of a high-tech feeling. We're gonna give that a try. don't know about you, but I thought that that looked really, really cool. The next setting, I kind of want to have something to do with drones, like a lot of drones, and then just going through the different holes and gaps that there is. So I want to have the controller for the Mavic because I think it looks interesting. So maybe we're going to put that antenna, something like that. We're going to have the Mini standing in some way or form. I'm not entirely sure yet how. We're going to push this further. So what we got here is going to be the end frame. I think that that is kind of like a good way to start. Then the Avata here in the beginning, and then the Mini 3 Pro at the end here. So that's at the end point right here, and then I'm going to start the problems and run back and forth and see what we can add to the shot to make it more and more interesting. Yes. Here we have the line. Definitely like this. Let's see if we can also add this in here, just ever so slightly. We're ready to go. Start. I think that that looks so good. For the last shot though, I want to do something with a little bit of a different vibe. So we're going to turn off all the lights and just use the tube lights. I'm thinking that the final shot is going to be the lens going in, revealing the skull within the Pete's Pirate Life glass. See that? I'm thinking that that's going to be pretty cool, but I also want to have a little bit of EDC things so that we get the feeling of mystery going on. So we have Pete's Pirate Life cards. We have a nice Mighty Hank, might look good. Flashlight, knife from James brand. We're just going to try to pick all the things that we got lying around and try to make an interesting set. I'm also going to use this, which is an EDC tray from Dango Products. I like it a whole lot. I think it looks cool. We have a cool looking whiskey bottle from a Swedish brand that's called Spirit of Ven. And then we have a nice Calmore Sherry Bat finish. And then we do the same thing. We'll let it roll and try to see what we can add onto the frame so that it looks cool. It takes time, you know, setting up a shot like this. You never know how things are going to look. You never know how the end shot is going to be and what you need in order to achieve it. Kind of want to have this standing here in the background, and then this maybe lying here. That would be pretty cool. Alright, we're gonna have it from this side instead. Ooh, this is gonna be so good. Yes! Ooh, this is a good shot. Wow! Then we will have... No. Yes, that is the shot. That is the shot that we want. We're just gonna add in a little bit more final touches. Let's see. How about this? So that it fills up a little bit. I like the pen lying like that. Maybe a titanium flashlight here as well. Just adds a little bit of depth. I think we have the shot. Then this we can have standing a little bit too. Okay, now we're just gonna add in lights. Let me show you something cool. I bought this a while back. It's called a Smoke Genie, and it produces some of the best smoke. Just to show you. You see that? Oh, wow. Let's get the shot, va? So we're gonna use another tube light, set it to CCT. I think that this looks good. Now we're just gonna take the Smoke Genie and put some smoke everywhere. See how it looks.